What's up guys? I hope you're having a good day or had a good day wherever you may be in this world.
Sophie, Ava, just kidding.
Today I decided I'm going to do a one palette tutorial. I know a while ago I had said that I wanted to do more one palette tutorials, and I just haven't done one palette tutorials, mainly because, again, I explained all of that in my pretty much life update where I've been video, which I will link that down below. I received some new palettes and I want to go through my drawer that has a whole bunch of brand new makeup that I've never used before or never tried before. And so this video is going to be focusing on the eyes. Please bear with me for this video. I'm not sure how it's going to go in terms of voiceover. I did buy a voiceover mic, but I did pick up this blue Yeti as well, which allows me to do voiceovers, and voiceovers just allows me to get my makeup tutorials done faster instead of it being like a 25 to 30 minute tutorial. I mean, who knows? This still could be a 25 to 30 minute tutorial just because it's my first voiceover, and I really want to try to do more voiceovers. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be like my try voiceover type of thing. I'm actually pretty excited to use this. Yeah, so we're going to click into voiceover in about 2 seconds. If you want to see a makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, I'm a tad bit nervous if I'm going to be 100% honest. So I'm going to be focusing this makeup look on the Huda Beauty Sapphire palette. This is the small palettes, the 9-color palettes that you can buy at Sephora. And I just wanted to do a complete blue look for today. Bear with me for this video as this is my first ever voiceover, so I'm not sure how it's going to go and how it's going to work out, but we're just going to roll with it. So I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light and just spreading this all over the tops of my eyelids. I am going to spread this out with a dry beauty blender, and I'm not going to set it this time, as you will see, just because I wanted to see if I would be able to get away with non-creasing lids as well as more color payoff. So that's just what we're going to roll with today. So I'm going to be taking this flatter Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going to be dipping into the lightest blue shade. These shades, these eyeshadows don't have names, so I just pointed to the colors that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to focus this mainly in my crease just so that way I kind of have not necessarily a transition, but I just have color laying there, so I'm not going in with a super bold blue right away. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye, but I just want to point out that I am flicking out the ends of this eyeshadow, so it's not stopping at the corner of my eye. It's more so going towards the end of my eyebrow, just because at the end I want to pretty much clean it up and make it into a straight point. So we're not being too precise. You can be a little bit messy with this makeup tutorial. So I'm now going in with the medium blue in the palette, and I'm going to be using the brush Royal Inling Nichols shader brush, and I'm going to be putting that medium blue right over the light blue that I used prior to this color. And I'm either going to fast forward this or just keep it so that way you can see how I am applying this to my lids. Again, I am not being super precise. I can be messy. We're going to try and cut the crease, but towards the end of the video you'll realize that this palette didn't let me work with a crease. So as you can tell, I'm going back in with my Wet n Wild brush just to smooth out the lines on my inner corner. I'm not sure every time I do my eyeshadow that happens, so I just took that lighter blue Wet n Wild brush and just fixed it up. Not a huge deal. And then went back in with my deeper blue. So now I'm taking my Morphe M535 brush, and I'll be dipping into that, I don't even know, greenish yellowish shade in the palette, and I'm going to be taking that right above the colors just to make it all blend seamlessly and be completely blended out. At the end, you can notice it makes the look come together and not look super messy, or that you can tell the difference between the shades. It kind of just like melts everything together. So So here's just a quick little tip for my makeup tutorials as well as other people's makeup tutorials. These looks are not done in 15-12 minutes. It's more because of editing. This took over an hour for me to do, so I will edit out some pieces here and there, which you'll notice that if you do the amount of blending that I do in this video, your look's not going to come out as blended as mine, because if I leave all the blending in, it's just going to be a million years long. So just keep in mind, and a little bit of advice is blend until you think that it looks good. Going back in with that medium blue that I was using with the same Royal Lang Nickel brush, and I'm just deepening up the blue. You'll see I'll do a lot of this back and forth, and then again with that light blue shade in the Wet n Wild brush, so that way I can smooth out those creases and lines. But yeah, a perfect makeup look is all about blending and building and shading and going back over everything 1,000,001 times. So I'm taking this larger Morphe brush. It's the Morphe M504. It has nothing on it, and I'm just going in on my eyeshadow to make sure that everything is seamlessly blended together. No harsh lines, no left out colors or anything. And I look super crazy right now, but believe me, it all comes together. So I'm going in with the deepest blue in the palette, and I'm using the Royal Lang Nickel detail brush. I'm focusing the shadow on my lash line, just a tiny bit on the outer corner, and also in my outer V. You can notice this shade isn't too much deeper than the medium blue. It almost looks exactly the same, but you just want to deepen up your outer corner as much as you want to. Again, makeup is all preference, and yeah, just do you. So I'm going to be taking my light sharp shape tape and trying to carve out my carve out a cut crease. The way that I do it is I put the concealer on the lower lash line and look up, and that's a way that when I open up my eyes, you will still be able to see my cut crease. This gave me a little bit of a hard time where I ended up covering it mostly at the end of the video, just because you'll see the shimmers and stuff were giving me such a hard time. But I pretty much just pack on the concealer and go all the way till the outer part of my eye, and the outside doesn't have to be perfect because we're just going to blend it all together anyways. I'm going to be taking my RCMA No Color Powder. I'm going to be setting the concealer on my eyelid just because I was putting glitter on top and I didn't want that glitter to crease. However, if I were you, I would skip this step because I'm assuming it's the reason why the glitter didn't really stick to my lid. So I would definitely try not setting it, and then if that still doesn't work, then you can choose to set it or not set it. Totally up to you. I'm going back in with my Morphe M504 brush, and I'm literally just blending all of the colors together because the RCMA powder kind of got on my lids everywhere. I'm now going to take this flat a la mode brush with the deepest shimmery shade in the palette, and I tried putting it on with a dry brush, wasn't working, tried spraying my brush, wasn't working that great, and then I decided to go into my finger, and that was giving me the most payoff out of everything. But I was just having such a hard time with these shimmers, as you will notice as the video goes on. So as you can tell, I tried going in with the silver shade, but it just wasn't paying off at all. So I tried using the lightest blue shade, and it still wasn't doing anything with my finger nor with the brush. So then I ended up wetting the brush, and it kind of gave me more payoff. I wanted it to be the deepest blue, middle blue, and then silver on the inner corner, which is why I left my inner corners blank, and this kind of helped, but the glitter gave me a little bit of a problem. As you can see, I'm getting a little frustrated. I did delete some of the footage from the other eye just because it's going to be repetitive. I went over again, tried doing the silver with the brush, it didn't work. So the way that I found it to work was with my finger, but even then it wasn't as powerful as I needed it to be. So I'm not sure if that's because I set my concealer or what, and I will give it another chance, but I wasn't too happy with the glitters. However, the other colors did really pay off. I'm going in with my Real Techniques shading brush, and I am literally just going over that blue just to make everything pop all over again with the medium shade of blue. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, everything for a really good makeup look is just repeated, so I'm going in with my darker blue that I went in on the outer corner and just darkening it up, blending it, making sure that the glitter and all of that don't have any harsh lines or anything. So because the glitter and the cut crease didn't work out as planned, I went in with the medium blue and the light blue and tried to go over the highest point of the cut crease, just so that way it doesn't seem like a cut crease, it's more of just shimmer. And yeah, that's how you fix your mistakes. I honestly didn't want to upload this, but not everybody's perfect. Practice makes better, and I just wanted to show that not everybody's perfect and it's okay to make mistakes. You just got to learn from them and perfect them. Now you want to take a makeup removing wipe. I'm using the Neutrogena makeup removing wipes, and I'm wiping off that messy makeup and pretty much going right underneath the end of my eyebrow. That's where I want my makeup to be pointed out, so you do that for your preference and you use any makeup wipe that you wish. Now we're about to move on to lashes, and I'm going to curl my lashes and use the Better Than Sex mascara and just put that on both of my lids. And then I'm going to be using the House of Lashes lash glue, and the lashes I'm using are the KASS Style Flirty. And you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I put the lash glue straight on my eyelash line, and yes, it's annoying when you have to take it off, but your eyelash glue dries in 2 seconds and is the easiest way to make your eyelashes stick the second you put them onto your eyelash band, pretty much. Yeah, I will be doing this for forever now. It's just like doing your black eyeliner, except you don't wing it out. Super simple. I got eyelash glue on my nose and I let it dry and it came right off, and then put your beauty sponge over it and all set. I'm now going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Lightscape and putting it in my inner corners and underneath my eyebrow. This is not an intense glow. It's more for like a glow from within, so it's not super crazy. It's just like natural looking, and it's super pretty as well. I'm now going to go in with my medium deep blue and go right under my bottom lash line and focus that mainly towards that wing at the top of my eye, and just blend it all at the bottom of my lash line all the way to the inner corner. And I am then going to take the darkest blue with a flat brush and focus that more towards my waterline, not necessarily in my waterline, but more towards it, like pretty much as close as you can. And then I'm going to be taking that yellowish greenish shade and blending it out with a thicker brush just to make everything blend super seamlessly. And then again, I am taking my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and putting that on my lower lash line. So I'm going to explain how I liked each shade on its own in a few seconds, but this palette was really good and I did enjoy creating this video. And yeah, if you want to know my opinion on all of the shades, then just watch in 3, 2, 1. So all the matte shades that I used were absolutely amazing. They had great color payoff, as you can tell, and I will definitely be using the matte shades in this palette again. As you can tell throughout the video, the shimmers were not the greatest. These two were not bad, but the silver was the worst. I need to do more research on how I'm supposed to use it, but overall a pretty decent palette. I'm not exactly sure what I'm about to name this tutorial. I just know it's a one palette tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed and are looking forward to more. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Just check the description box down below for any information I forgot to list in the video. I will see you in my next one.